Hi dolls, so as you know already, today I filmed a Kylie Jenner Makeup by Ariel inspired makeup look. So a lot of the Ariel techniques that I've used I have taken from his masterclass he did a couple of years ago. I didn't go myself, but I have watched every single YouTube channel you could possibly find on his masterclass, so I hope you enjoy. For this look I've started with my eyebrows using the NYX micro brow pencil in the colour brunette, and I'm just doing really light strokes replicating the hair that is already there. Because Kylie does like a really defined, neat brow, and then I'm just combing them through the spoolie just to make sure they're still looking natural but neat at the same time. Next, I'm taking my MAC 242 brush with my Maybelline Age Eraser Concealer, and I'm just carving out those brows, and I'm going to use the concealer all over my lid as my eyeshadow base. Now you're going to want to get a fluffy blending brush. I'm using my MAC 224 and I'm using my Kylie Cosmetics Peach Extended Palette, starting with the colour Sorbet 2. So with this colour you're going to want to drag it out and wing it up at the outer corner of your eye, because Kylie really likes that sharp winged shadow effect. And I'm also going to take it through my brows at the front so I can blend that in with my nose contour later on. Now I'm taking a Victoria Fox 218 brush, which is just a more dense version of the 224, and from the same Kylie Cosmetics palette I'm going to use the colour Ripe to darken the winged shadow that we're creating, and I'm just packing that colour on and blending it out. Now I'm taking a flat brush. This is a Victoria Fox brush in 242, and I'm taking my Huda Beauty Cupcake loose powder, and I'm just going to pat that on the inner corners of my eyes. I'm now going to darken my lash line, ready for my lashes. I'm using the colour Feeling Fuzzy from the Kylie Cosmetics Peach Extended Palette and a MAC 212 brush. You could also use an angled brush to do this if you don't have a 212. So I'm just building it slightly more on the outer corners, and then I'm blending that out. Again, just darkening the colour on the outer corner, ready for me to clean up for that winged shadow effect that Kylie loves. So to get my really sharp winged shadow, I'm going to just take a wet wipe and clean up the edges. You can get like stickers that you put on before you start doing your makeup, which you can peel off at this point, but a wet wipe is really easy to do. And then you're going to want to go in with your mascara and get your lashes ready. So I'm using the Victoria Fox lashes today in the style Circus Circus with my Lily Lash glue. And now finally for my favourite part, the skin. So I'm taking the foundation Born This Way from Too Faced in the shade Praline with my favourite foundation brush from the Victoria Fox collection. This is number 103, and I'm just patting that into my skin. And then I'm going to take my favourite beauty blender from Glamour Rouge, and I'm just going to make sure that I'm pushing all that product right into my skin. So if you've watched any of the YouTube tutorials on how Ariel does makeup, you will know that he literally spends about 20 minutes blending out every single product. Then I'm going to take my Maybelline Age Eraser Concealer in the shade Nude, and I'm going to conceal my forehead, under eyes, around my mouth and up my cheekbones. I'm then adding some Tarte Shape Tape in Light-Ned Honey just to the inner corners of my eyes, and I'm using that colour because Kylie really likes pink and peach based products. I don't know if you've ever noticed how pink her makeup is all the time, but it's really, really brightening under the eyes. So if you do want to recreate something that Kylie does, you always want to go for a pink base and not a yellow base. And then don't forget, you're going to want to wait a couple minutes for your concealer to set before you blend it out. Then once my concealer is all blended in, I'm going to take a Real Techniques brush. This is called the angled highlighter brush. And I'm going to take the Maybelline Age Eraser in the shade Tan. And I'm going to pop some of this on my hand and I'm going to contour my cheekbones and my forehead. So Ariel always pops his product on his hand first. He doesn't use any harsh lines on the skin just because he says that it's just too hard to blend out and you get those really harsh lines even after you've finished your makeup sometimes. Now I'm going to use the Huda loose powder in the shade Cupcake, and I'm just going to start by lightly pressing this in all over the skin just to set my base. And by doing this, it will just absorb the moisture, so when you go on to bake, there's nothing for the bake to cling to and leave that really cakey effect. And then you're ready to bake your product. So I'm doing my under eye, and then I'm also going to go underneath my cheekbones with this as well. So if you love Kylie's makeup and a really bright under eye, this Huda Beauty Cupcake is perfect for that effect. Now I'm taking my MAC Give Me Sun bronzer and I'm just lightly dabbing and building this into my forehead, on my cheekbones and down my nose. Don't forget, it's always better to push this product in before you go blending it out, just to stop getting that muddy effect. So I've just switched to a smaller blending brush just to go down my nose with the bronzer and up into my brows. And then I'm going to take it under my eyes and connect it to my shadowed wing. And then I got to this point and realised I forgot to bake my nose. So I'm just taking a sharp end of my beauty blender and dragging that down in a very thin line. And then I'm going to grab a light fluffy brush to dust off my bake. So you've probably all noticed that Kylie doesn't really have highlighted cheekbones. She always keeps her skin very matte. So I'm just going to highlight the tip of my nose and the beginning of my brows, because Ariel always seems to do that. And I'm taking the Kylie Cosmetics blush in Baddie on the Block, because Kylie really likes pink blusher and lots of it, which is not something I would normally do, but I'm actually loving it for this look. And now, before I do my bottom mascara, I'm going to spray my face with my Nip and Fab Dragon's Blood Hydration Mist. And to complete the look, I'm going to use the liner from Peaches and Cream in the shade Praline with the Inglot Liquid Matte in the shade 47. And when I use a liquid matte lipstick, I do like to pat it on with my lip, and then most of the time I will pop some Vaseline or just a balm in the middle of my lips to stop it from flaking. And that is my Kylie Ariel look complete. I hope you loved it and I hope you enjoy recreating. Mwah!